Okay, so this is the St Dogmaels Bluestone carving. It's a sun cross. It's kind of generally accepted as a sun cross. The stone is bluestone. If you shine up this bluestone, it does look like a constellation of stars, which is really cool. And other things to know about the stone, so I'm told, if you drill into this stone with a metal drill bit, the metal content of the stone is so hard that it would actually melt your drill bit. So some interesting things about the stone they've chosen to carve, and obviously there's problems with the carving of it because it's such hard stone to carve. Came across this stone doing some logo design for the coach house. You can go and see the stone for free. It's in the coach house in St Dogmaels, and there's some other beautiful stones. You can see some in the background here as well, all the same, all bluestone. So a couple of things about the stone. It's 34 inches from here to here. It's 10 centimetres from here to here. It's 6 inches here. It's 6 inches here, but it's only 5 there, and it's 7 there. These are pretty much the same size, but some of these are at the most perfect circles, really beautiful circles. And then another 2 of these are slightly different circles. So these are kind of they're not perfect circles, they've actually been squashed, and these are slightly angled, these 2 as well. So even though that's 5 centimetres, it's angled, about 5 centimetres, it's angled across. This one down here is a lot bigger. The other thing that's of interest if you're an illustrator, if ever I was illustrating the sun going around, the Earth going around the sun, doing the ellipse, one of the things you'd always pull out is this bit, which I'm going to shove to the front, and is this misalignment. So if you were going to do a perfect cross, you would have this kind of like that, you can see, or like that. But this it's even more pronounced when you actually see this cross in the flesh, but this is just off, and that is how I would actually draw if I was doing the illustration, the winter solstice. So you kind of, it's something that's kind of standard when I've done magazine illustrations for science magazines, for children's books and things. So generally it's taken that this is a sun cross, and it's kind of reflecting what was seen as the sun's movement around the Earth. So you've got winter, if you take that as your winter solstice, you've got spring, you've got summer, and then here you've got autumn, and then this will be the Earth. And then the other thing that's interesting is down here is that you've got this larger 3-inch sphere down here. And again, this is slightly out of line, it doesn't follow, which again, remembering this is really hard stone to carve. So that's kind of quite interesting. There's also some damage here, so it's quite hard to tell if there was another marker or something here. So things that are kind of interest, A is why draw this as it is. It just a kind of a badly drawn circle? Well, if you take these measurements here, it's actually quite a precise drawing. I think this is a far more sophisticated drawing than it first appears. So I'm going to kind of demonstrate this now. What happened was I basically went in, I looked at the stone, and then madly I did a tracing of it, because tracing is really the only way. Going in, push tissue paper in and traced it, and then I photographed that, and then from that I've got some drawings. Now I've actually got, just so you can see, I'll place this in now. I've been doing far too much work on this than I should be. Let's have a look. Cut out that one, place that one on. Okay, so if I rotate that round, put it there. What you can see is a kind of an average line I've taken. So you can see how that's fitting up like that. Now, if I wanted to, I've taken all these points here and I've drawn these triangles as they would be, taken obviously scaled down. Now, if I wanted to do a sphere on this, the computer nowadays does all the maths for me, which is great. So basically, point there. Actually, we'll do that one again. So I go centre point, and then I scale it down there, and then I scale it in here, and then that one's not working quite well, so I scale it in. So nicely, all this maths has kindly been done for me. As you can see, this is a little bit harder. And then I'm going to move these nodes here to fit in these points, and you can see that the computer has worked out the arcs for this be pretty close to what has been carved into the bluestone. If I get rid of that for now, you can see how that's working. I'll make that a bit thicker, that line. So that's how it's working. Now, before the computer, this would have been a lot harder to do. With pen and paper, basically what I would be doing is I would take this triangle here, for example. This is one I made earlier. And then I would match, I'd put that in the corner, in the centre up there, and then I'd move that over. So you can see that that would be your standard ellipse that would fit that, and then I'd move the node. And then from here, then I would cut that line. There. So I'll take it off. Cool. There you go. And then that would give me the ellipse, and it's kind of a little, almost like a cake slice. And then that gives me my first cake slice, which is what I've got here. And so you can imagine you're basically taking this and then you're piecing them all together here. So that one there, this one here, up here, that one there. So I'm repeating it all, and that's how I would have got this circle. So actually, whatever age this was carved, if they're taking plots on, and I don't know how they were at the time of where the sun's position was, these arcs are really, really clever.